Hey guys, my name is Sammy, and I'm here today to help make a difference. For a school project, I had to pick a global issue to learn about and do a lot of research on. I chose human trafficking. Now, I know this was a very hard topic to go into, but I was prepared for it and I wanted to learn more. And I dove right in. The research I found was very different from my initial thoughts of human trafficking. And I thought that was really cool. Learning more about human trafficking and doing research for school really helped me make a difference. I wanted to help this problem in our world. I didn't know exactly how to do that at first. But I realized that I needed to share the information that I learned because I figured that there's a lot of people out there who are probably like me and thought one way of human trafficking and thought that's how something happened and what it was and what actually went on with human trafficking, when in reality, that's not necessarily the case. And I know from my personal perspective, I was like, oh, human trafficking, it could never happen to me or anyone I know or anyone close to me. But I think that was one of the biggest mistakes that I could have thought. It can happen to anyone, and we have to realize that. And once we realize that and know that and take that into account, then we can fully prepare ourselves and our loved ones to look out for this kind of thing. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about the common misconceptions of human trafficking. Now, this is a major one right here, and this may be surprising to you guys because I know it was really surprising to me. So, human trafficking isn't just kids walking on the side of the street or adults walking on the side of the street and someone coming up behind them or in a van and grabbing them and taking them away and them being trafficked, whether that be sexually or labor. Granted, that does happen. It does. It just doesn't happen as much as you would think. More often than not, we see these traffickers either DMing the victim or getting to know the victim on a personal level and really building a trust between the two. And we all know with relationships, once you kind of have a sort of trust with that person, you're like, oh, they don't want to hurt me. They want to be my friend. They're going to be there for me. They would never do anything to put me in harm's way. And so you fully trust them. And so you tell them your interests and what you like and your family, where you live, where you go to school and where you work and things like that, who your friends are and everything like that. And so they know all this information about you, which only makes you an easier target for them. They're gaining the information that they can get just by talking with you. And to me, that was crazy, that just by talking to someone can put you in so much danger and you didn't even know. And I think that's why we are always telling our kids, oh, stranger danger, stranger danger. And that really made sense and clicked in my head that all those times when you're younger and you heard your parents or my mom always say, hey, don't talk to strangers, you don't know who they are and stuff like that, that they were just trying to protect us from human trafficking or just being abducted in general. But I feel like most people now, especially teenagers and young adults, don't realize that they could just be played like that. And so I think if more kids and more teenagers and young adults and even just adults and kids, more of everyone just knowing about human trafficking and what to look for, I think that will help make a difference. Helps make everyone not so vulnerable. So I know this is a lot. And it could be a lot to take in for a lot of you. I know it was a lot for me. Especially hearing about how much human trafficking occurred in my hometown. Now, I know I talked a little bit earlier about how you don't expect it to happen to you or to anyone you know or close to you or loved ones or like that, but it can. It really can. I'm from Columbus, Ohio, and when I started this research, I was like, obviously, I think I knew that it happened pretty much everywhere, but I didn't think it was such a huge problem as it was. Columbus turned out to be one of the biggest cities that struggle with human trafficking. That's my hometown, and I didn't even know it. So human trafficking more than likely occurs in your hometown, state, city, wherever you live, more than you know. And that only raises the risk of you or a loved one or just someone that goes to school with you that you don't even know really personally being trafficked. So that's why I feel that it's such a great asset to have the knowledge of the danger of human trafficking and what to look for and to what to prepare for. Granted, you can never really prepare for being trafficked. It would be in the moment, and it could be very, very draining. But I think having a better knowledge of the facts of human trafficking and the like I said, dangers of it is only going to help us all. And so that's my main purpose of this podcast, is to help make a difference. Even if it gets to one person and they don't end up responding to a suspicious DM that they got, then it's worth it. And I hope you guys all take this and share it with your community, your friends, all of this important information that is so valuable and can literally save a life. It could save your life. It could save your brother or sister's life. It could save your best friend's life, and you wouldn't even know. So just knowing this information is such a huge asset, and that's what I hope I can do. So that's why for this first podcast, I kind of just wanted to share a little bit about misconceptions and what people don't realize about human trafficking. I hope you guys all like this. I should be posting next week my next episode, and it'll talk a little bit more about how technology plays a part in human trafficking and more facts and statistics with human trafficking in general. And I can talk to you guys a little bit about human trafficking in Columbus. So yeah, I hope you guys all liked this and can join me back next week.